guys, so we're gonna have a girls chat. So this chat is going to be called You Go Girl, You Can Do It. So I'll start by saying anything you desire in this world you could have. And I'm generally speaking from a point of view that whatever anybody else is able to achieve or attain in this life, it's highly possible that you could attain it and achieve it too. If they were able to have it, it means you are able to have it too. If God was able to give them that ability to get things done, we equally could do it. It may not be the same route, it may not be the same thing, but we are able to attain either the same level of success, the same level of peace, the same level of, happiness, or whatever it is that you solely desire, that you feel you need to have in your life. So whatever it is that is within you, so long as it's a desire within you to have something, I believe that you would never desire to have something that is not within your ability to have. Or you would not desire something that you are not able to attain. Whatever it is that we desire is what we are capable of attaining. It is what we are capable of having. So let us start there. I notice a lot of content out there. A lot of content out there is showing us the soft life, the glamorous life. And a lot of us girls want it. I mean, let's be honest. How many girls don't want that? I do get it. There are groups of ladies who don't want the kind of life for themselves. They don't want to be taken care of. They don't want, certain luxuries just handed to them. They want and all kind of stuff. There are other people who just want a very simplistic life and all, but a lot of us, if we're being very honest, a majority of us want that lifestyle for ourselves. But if we're being realistic, how many of us are capable of attaining that life? How many of us are able to find that wealthy man that is going to just come, sweep you off your feet and, meet your needs? And even let's say you're a girl who's able to attain that and is able to get that kind of man, how long will it take you to get that? And how sure are you that you're going to get that from a man? So generally speaking, and I am not coming from a feminist point of view. I don't hold anything against feminists. I come from a viewpoint of why sit around and wait for somebody else to do it for you when you could start to give it to yourself. Whereas when you're waiting for someone else to give it to you, that opportunity may pass you by and you may never get to meet that person. You may never have another person come through to take care of you or to meet your needs. But you are able to put yourself in a space where you're able to give to yourself. It may not be the very most, but you're able to get yourself to a comfortable level. And sometimes you will find you attain greater heights than another individual would have been able to give you. So it is very important, ladies, to put ourselves out there and just put in the work that is needed for us to have and attain certain things. And I also believe to have certain leisures, to have certain needs met, to have certain desires, be it from individuals, to be seen as someone who's valuable, to be seen as someone who's adored. If you look at those ladies who are living those lives that we look at on Instagram and they have those things handed to them, they have equally put in the work. And now I've gotten to a point where I realize that nothing in this world is given to you for free. You cannot have what you have not worked for. In order for you to have a certain lifestyle, you need to put in the work for it. In order for you to live a certain way, you need to put in the work for it. In order for you to look a certain way, you need to put in the work to look that way. I know someone is going to say, oh my God, Jackie, what about those who are born in wealth and affluence? You will discover that even with people who are born in wealth and affluence, there are equally clusters within them. There's rankings, there's a hierarchy even within that society. And others may have all the wealth, but they're lacking in certain areas where they have not put in the work. And those who have been able to attain a balance have still had to work through certain things, have had to work on how they appear to the public. They have had to work on how desirable they are to other individuals. They've had to work on their communication and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, even with all that success that they may have, other people may not want to associate with them. And so they may be desiring to say, okay, I have all the wealth in the world, but why am I not happy? You know, so whatever you desire, you need to put the work towards that. You want to be that girl who is adored, who men lavish with gifts. Put in the work to become that girl. You want to be a successful entrepreneur. Put in that work to become that successful entrepreneur. You want to be that supermodel that is like the Naomi Campbell and whatnot. Put in the work to become that Naomi Campbell type of girl. It is possible. Anything you desire, you could have. Anything you seek, you could have. And I say this because I sometimes find myself in a space where I'm like, okay, I really want this, but then again, I'm not taking the necessary steps to get to what I desire or what I want to have. I'm there procrastinating and whatnot. But then again, I sit and I talk to myself. I'm like, wake up. If you're stuck in this space where you're procrastinating, you're stuck in this space where all you're saying is I want, and not taking the necessary steps to have it, you will never have it. You need to take the necessary steps to have the things that you desire for yourself. Nobody is going to come and save you. Let's be honest. Nobody is going to come and save you. Nobody is going to give you the life that you desire. Nobody in this world is capable of fully fulfilling you to a point where all your needs are met. You will constantly be stuck in a space where you're still wanting, because certain desires and certain needs and certain voids can only be filled by you. Another person will not be able to fill certain voids that are personal, that are internal. You will need to put in the work to be able to fill those voids, for you to have those things met, to have those needs met. So whatever it is that you're trying to work on, put in the work. You go get it, girl. You do it. You put in the necessary steps. It's important that we put on our big girl panties, we put on our big girl shoes, and we just push ourselves out there. Put ourselves in spaces that are uncomfortable for us. We give it a try. Even tomorrow, if life gives us lemons, we wake up, we rise, dust our faces, or clean our faces if you're one person who doesn't like to wear makeup. Get ourselves back out there. Push ourselves back out into the chaos, into, you know, whatever it is that we have to do in order to attain the life we desire. I think so long as you put yourself out there, so long as you take the necessary steps, you will attain it. It may not be the biggest of thing that you've attained, but you will still attain something. And being in the space where I've gotten to interact with people who are old, gotten to interact with people who are dying, I've realized that a lot of people who never got to live out their lives to the fullest of their possibilities, or never got to explore their potential, or never got to do certain things, when they're at that phase where they're transitioning, they find themselves they're in a state of regret. They're in a constant state of regret of how I wish I did this, how I wish I had fulfilled this, how I wish when I was younger I got the chance to live out this. And because I saw that, I'm like, oh my God. It's better to be in a space where you have tried and things have failed, and like you have tried and like you have not tried and you don't know the outcome. Because I've also seen people who tried their level best to do something and attain those things that they desired. When they're passing on, they feel like they have lived out their lives. They've had the best experiences in this life. They're able to share, and when they're sharing, they're not coming from an empty place. They're able to share and give on to others, and others are able to learn from that. You know, it's like they become a pool of knowledge, and you want that for yourself. Be it whatever it is that you seek, be it whatever it is that you desire, just make sure you try. Even when it's hard, just keep trying. Eventually something's going to work out. Eventually something's going to fall into place. Eventually someone's going to notice your hard work and want to help. Nobody is willing to pour into anything that is empty. Nobody is willing to help someone who's not willing to help themselves. Nobody is willing to, you know, take from themselves and fully give to someone who doesn't seem like they want it for themselves. You've got to desire it hard enough to have it. You've got to desire it hard enough for the next person to want to help you. You've got to desire it hard enough For God to even see like, okay, this person's been through it, this person's been through the ringer, let me just bless them. Let me just bless them at this point, you know? And that is me. Like, I'm in a state where I'm like, okay, God, I'm taking steps. Look at me, I'm trying. And sometimes I petition with God. I'm like, God, what is happening? Look at me. And sometimes I'll have to pep talk myself out. I'm like, okay, we may not have our answer now. We may not have our desire now, but let's keep trying. Maybe tomorrow we'll have it. The next day comes, maybe tomorrow you'll have it. You have to be your biggest support system. You've got to be your biggest cheerleader. You've got to also be your critique. You've got to be that person who has the hard conversations with yourself. Because nobody's going to come give it to you the way you feel the conversation should be had. Especially if you're in a place where you're isolated, you're away from family, or you don't have people who want to tell you the truth. You may never get it out of anybody. You might only need to get it out of you. So what do? Are you going to sit back and then wait to be saved and nobody comes? And at the end of the day, you live a life of regret? Or are you going to put yourself out there and just generally try? If you're looking for a sign to say that, oh my God, I need to put myself out there, I need to try, I guess this is your sign. This is your sign right now to put yourself out there, to put the necessary work that you need to put in order for you to attain that thing you solely desire. What is so funny is that when I was starting to do this video, I wrote down a bunch of points, but I knew that I wasn't really going to speak from those points because it is something that I am passionate about. It is something that is coming from a space where I was speaking to myself about this. I was speaking life into myself, and I was like, you know what, let me share this life and this light that God has shown me with other people. I'm going to end this by saying God has given us dominion. God has given us dominion over all things. Dominion over the earth, dominion over the birds, dominion over our environment, including the realms, be it the physical or the spirit realm. I'm going to leave you guys with Psalms 8 verse 6. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet. So God gave us dominion over everything. All that we desire is in the works of our hands. All that we desire is under our feet. Because there's also the Bible saying, wheresoever my foot shall tread, that land you have given unto me. So I know that whatever it is that we desire, we're capable of having. If it's been put in your heart to have a certain thing, know that you're capable of having it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until the next one, I love you guys to the moon and back. Bye.